making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks on the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Okay, dann gucken wir jetzt, ob es klappt. Zitronen nutzen.
That wasn't it. Not to mention I covered half the page with lemon juice. Great! Louis. Lemon's used to write secret messages, not to reveal them. I'll have to try something else.
Okay. Man muss jetzt gucken. Nehmen. Wenn das jetzt immer noch nicht geht, dann weiß ich es auch nicht.
Well, so it wasn't that, and I've just stained half the page. Ink is always used to write a message, never to reveal one. I must find something else.
Was soll ich denn noch finden, du Penner? Eine Kerze soll ich nehmen. Warte, da ist irgendwas. Ich hab's, glaube ich, schon verkackt, Mann.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Ja, eine Kerze, aber ich will ja keine Kerze nehmen. Ich kann keine einzige Kerze nehmen.
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Hier sind noch zum Gucken. Auch nur zum Gucken. Okay. Wo soll ich jetzt eine Kerze hinkriegen, Mann? Der will ja keine Kerze nehmen, du Penner. Ich geh nochmal nach draußen. Ich krieg hier irgendwas, was ich wissen wollte. Nee, kann ich jetzt auch nichts mehr machen. Nee. Fuck, ich hab's verkackt. Ich hab's verkackt. Ich kann jetzt gar nichts mehr machen. Oder? Das ist... Ach doch. Das?
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Leck mich doch an den Tisch.
Nothing.
Hier ist nur der Brief noch, ne?
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Halt dein Maul.
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Okay. Ich muss mal im Inventar gucken. Nee, ich kann nichts machen, oder? Scheiße. Ich komme hier nicht wieder. Ich komme hier einfach nicht wieder. Scheiße, ich habe den Schlüssel, aber ich kann nichts machen gerade. Gar nichts.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Kann ich da draußen gehen? Hier kann ich nichts machen.
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Wieso kann ich da eigentlich nichts machen? Scheiße, Mann, was mache ich denn jetzt? Ich kann keine Kerze nehmen, ich kann gar nichts, ey. Scheiße. Ja, ist ja gut. Zurück. Aber ich muss jetzt gucken, was ich mache. Weil raus komme ich auf keinen Fall. Eine Kerze kann ich hier irgendwie nicht nehmen, weiß nicht wieso.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. Saint Jerome the Angel. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Scheiße. Fuck. Ich bin befähigt. Kerze nehmen. Ah, endlich, ey. Voll geil.
Everywhere. Maybe I should try it out on the book.
Na, endlich.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message.
Na, endlich.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Hall requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Mitglied des Ordens. Los, hau ab. Gott sei Dank.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests. Monsignor, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ich kann da nicht rein. Immer noch nicht. Wer war hier nochmal?
President George Washington.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
War hier noch irgendwo ein Zimmer?
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Kann ich mich bewegen oder kann ich mich nicht bewegen?
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Ach du Scheiß, wie ist die denn drauf? Okay.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Ja, jetzt würde ich verzehren, ich bin nicht behindert.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him. He claims that your condition has worsened and that it could be dangerous for both of us if we met. If only I knew where you were, believe me, I'd be at your side. I haven't received any news from you.
Okay, ich denke mir, habt das alle gelesen.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains the secondary
Warte, was ist das?
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. A pound.
Ja, geil, Alter. Loot, 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 Loot. Hauptsache Spiegel am Arsch, natürlich.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father.
Gut, gut. Habe ich das schon mal kontrolliert. Habe ich hier noch irgendwas? Ich gehe nochmal da hinten gucken. Hauptsache einfach mal weiterlaufen.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Die hier. Das ist jetzt nicht.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Okay, da komme ich jetzt nicht rein. Abgeschlossen.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Ja. Warte mal, ich gehe hier durch nochmal. Wenn ich auch ja nichts übersehe.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Komme ich auch nicht rein.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Hier kann ich auch nicht rein, ne? Ne.
President George Washington.
Ja, da komme ich hier eben nicht rein. Okay. Dann denke ich mal, können wir jetzt runtergehen. Das ist ja meine Tür, ne? Ja. Wieso komme ich denn nicht runter? Hä? Okay, da soll ich nicht runtergehen. Warum auch immer. Hab ich hier irgendwas vergessen?
Monsieur Johann van Wulner.
Und natürlich nicht. Aha, hier kann ich runter.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Holmes.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you?
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
I want to find out what really happened.
No, you really don't want to know what your mother did when I shed my first blood at puberty.
On the contrary, you can tell me anything. Let me be my own judge.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Wollen die kalt machen oder was? Alter. Na. Der komische Diener schon wieder. Kann ich jetzt immer noch die Gemälde angucken oder nicht? Jo.
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall. Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this.
Okay, ich gucke mir jetzt erstmal alle Gemälde an.
The blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Haben wir uns zwar gestern schon angeguckt, aber ich
Fall
will
of the
gucken.
Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Weil wir müssen ja auch ein Gemälde suchen, ne? Hier rein? Weil die sind auch noch Gemälde. Aber die kann ich jetzt nicht gucken, scheiße.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the King's table. I am delighted.
Go ahead.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Who does not know of her, sir?
Surprising when you know Volner prohibited religious practices in Prussia. Renowned member of the Rose Croix Order, former Freemason, and great lover of alchemy. And look at Piaggi fawning over him. I really do have a problem digesting political protocol.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, anyway. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Oh mein Gott,
Is the
manchmal.
wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favorite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Okay, da muss ich jetzt mal auf Charakter gehen. Achso, Charakter? Nee. Von Wöllner. Nee. Piaggi. Emily Hillsborough ist eine englische Herzogin mit engen Beziehungen zur englischen Königsfamilie. Emily, die über ihre Ursprünge und Herkünfte möglichst schweigt, betrat das politische Parkett erst nach ihrer Hochzeit mit einem alten englischen Adligen, der nicht weniger als eine Mischung aus Schein und Vernunft-Ehe achten. Sie ist libertär und modern, aber auch diskret und besonnen. So ist es immer darauf bedacht, enge Verbindungen zu Kollegen und wichtigen Personen aufrechtzuerhalten. Innerhalb von wenigen Jahren brachte sie es bis zur bevorzugten Diplomatin der Königin. Das war vermutlich auch der Grund dafür, dass sie die Privatsekretärin des Premierministers William Pitt wurde, was auch für Gerüchte und Neid sorgte. Als regelmäßige Besucher nahm Emily Sir Gregory Holmes' Einladung auf Lord Mortimers Insel gern an. Auf gar keinen Fall würde sie einen dieser berühmten Empfänge verpassen wollen. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
I am just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Yes, I heard the news. What a sport.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Thank you, that's helpful.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Was will der denn jetzt von mir? Ja, so nah würde ich da jetzt nicht rangehen, aber hey.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Keine Ahnung.
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge. Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the revolution in France.
Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
Okay, krass.
My friends,
Speichellecken nennt man das auch.
I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Okay. Tja, so ist das. Man kann nicht alles haben. Okay. Endlich. Achso, ich muss das machen. Sorry.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Achso, ja, so. Ey, ich denke mal, ich muss auf X drücken. Hier noch irgendwas, was ich...
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand. But continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
Ja, das will ich mal
That's
hoffen, ne?
all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Aha. Was ich immer sage, einfach mal nachfragen, wenn man nicht weiter weiß.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Erschlossen hacken kann ich nicht. Ich habe hier hinten einen stehen, ja. Gut, der ist ein bisschen... Okay, er ist beschäftigt.
The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Hoffentlich erwischt er mich jetzt nicht.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Hat er nicht gesehen, gut. Okay, guck ich mal, ob ich hier weiterkomme. Warte, nicht so schnell.
Amber crystals.
Ja, ist ja gut. Jetzt sind wir in der Bibliothek. Hier hoch kann ich nicht, ne? Da bin ich rausgekommen, ne? Ja.
Okay. Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Willst du es mitnehmen oder nicht, Jung? Ne. Okay. Nur, dass wir hier runter irgendwie kommen. Achso, hier musst du durchgehen. Okay. Was für eine Bude, ey.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now? Allegory regarding the Declaration of the Rights of Men. That's the least you can say. Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please. Ah, painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly.
Da oben, die zählen nicht da oben? Muss die Medusa finden, muss die Medusa finden. Die Medusa ist hier nicht. Was ist das?
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Mir sagt hier gar nichts davon, von dem Gemälde irgendwas. Ich kenne da nichts von. Okay, das ist das große Bild. Junge, guckt euch das an, ey. Was für ein Prachtding. Medusa! Woo!
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Okay, warte, hier ist auch noch irgendwas.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Hier sind noch Bücher.
The origin of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand.
Und natürlich
Let's find
wieder
the
alles
chapter on
fast in der
Medusa.
Mitte des Buchs. Ich glaube das.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon, the Medusa.
Drehen. Oh, fuck. Warte, da muss ich nochmal gucken, bevor ich da irgendwas falsch mache. Ich glaube, es war das Helm mit dem Schwert, ne? Warte. Okay. Einfach ausprobieren, würde ich sagen. Okay. Das ist die Medusa, da war noch einer, ne? Einfach so lange ausprobieren, dass es richtig ist. Kann ich die auch drehen? Nee, ne? Ich habe keine Ahnung mehr. Zum Helden mit dem Schwert. Oh, zum Bruder. Ne. Okay, wartet. Okay. Statue drehen. So. Okay. Ich gehe mal mit dem zum Medusa. Mit dem Medusa kann ich nicht. Also ich glaube, der ist wirklich hell mit dem Schild. Der muss zum Schild. Der andere muss zum... Warte mal. Der muss zum Schildmann. Der Schildmann muss zum Schwertmann, glaube ich. Warte. Ein Schwert. Genau. Wo ist der Schwertmann? Der muss nämlich zur Medusa, glaube ich, gucken. Ah ja. Ich glaube, so war das, ne? Der muss zur Medusa gucken. Und Medusa muss dann zu ihm gucken, oder wie war das, ne? Mal mit dem Schild. Mal mit dem Schild. Aha. War doch richtig, siehst du? Hat länger gedauert, aber ich hab's geschnappt. Gekriegt. Yeah, geil, Alter. Huhuhu. Ich glaube, das...
For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business, then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh, yeah? So tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
I admit everything, madam. You win. I've been bitten by the same bug as you.
I beg your pardon?
We can't resist being where we shouldn't, seeking out our host's little secrets. So, we have that in common, right?
I really thought you were going to answer me this time. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
I found an amazing ring. There's an inscription engraved on it. You're married. Why don't you wear a wedding ring?
You mean wear something just to prove your love? Not my style.
Ah ja, nee, ist klar. Schrift lesen kann ich wahrscheinlich noch nicht. Nein. Muss ich leider zurück. Schade. Naja. Ist schon cool hier irgendwie. Jo, der Denker.
Hey, Mortimer is the author of this work. He talks about his passion for art.
Ich hätte vielleicht eben auch ein bisschen besser zuhören sollen, Leute. Mein Fehler. Manchmal höre ich nicht so gut zu und dann war es jetzt wichtig, wie eben. Das ja, sieht aus ein bisschen wie aus
Guess
wie
what I
Caesar.
found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. Just tell me.
Caesar's laurel wreath. Do you know why laurel wreaths are used and not, say, mistletoe or another plant?
The laurel wreath symbolized glory in Roman times.
In your opinion, what kind would suit me best?
A crown of nettles.
Ah, die Alte, ey. Ja, geil.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Ja,
I
sieht auch.
think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet you're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Was suchst du denn, Mädel? Oh, hier ist ein Brief.
Looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Ich mache jetzt einfach mal das, was
Maybe
ich...
Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah.
A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might. These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Ja, wenn du dann... Cool.
Amber crystals.
Cool, eine Pistole. Messer.
A Chinese coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash.
An unofficial gospel? We'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one.
Ja, wollte ich gerade sagen.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Tja, wenigstens macht er den. Okay, das konnte ich nicht lesen. Gucken wir, ob hier noch irgendwas ist. Hier ist nichts mehr. Der will ich jetzt gerade nicht labern. Da komme ich nicht hin, weil die alte da steht. Okay. Spiegel.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar.
Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Ich kann gar nichts machen. Wieso kann ich jetzt... Hä? Weil ich ihr vertraue, nichts sagen.
At least this way things are clear. How do you expect me to open up to you at all if you can't even reassure me? Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Eine Schwäche in Frau, eine Schwäche in Heimlichkeit, eine Schwäche in...
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Sie arbeitet lieber alleine.
Yes. You're the kind of girl who gets by on her own and who shares nothing.
The fact is, you are completely mistaken about me. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me. But I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Ich würde einen Mann sagen. Ihr Vater. Ihr Ehemann.
Chances are, you're working with a member of the Order.
The only members of the Order other than ourselves are your mother and Mr. Washington. The former has sadly gone missing. As for the latter, I knew nothing of his arrival. Incidentally, you must have noticed how inefficiently our Order communicates internationally.
Eine Frau, ne? Ein Mann, und zwar...
Your husband, of course.
My husband? He can't even walk without a cane. Poor old man. Let him live out the rest of his days in peace.
How nice for him.
Right, time is short. You haven't convinced me. I prefer to remain discreet. Don't take it the wrong way. All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister. And if I reacted so strongly at the sight of the cameo pendant, it's because I thought it belonged to her. But it doesn't.
I understand. I won't insist.
It's time to leave.
Scheiße. Keine Ahnung. Ich habe keine Ahnung, mit dem zusammenarbeiten. Ihr Vater weiß ich nicht. Glaube ich nicht. Mit welcher Frau soll die denn zusammenarbeiten? Mit der psychisch Kranken oder was? Glaube ich nämlich auch nicht. Naja, man kann nicht alles gewinnen. Egal.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Okay. Ich will dich eigentlich nicht in meinem Zimmer haben, aber alles
I was sure
klar.
there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Natürlich. Elizabeth folgen. Natürlich.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you, it was her.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holmes? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her.
Jetzt glaub ihr doch,
Yes.
Mann.
I need something to calm me down.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay? I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been
Guck
drawn
dir mal die
here into
ganzen
a
Tattoos
trap.
an, ey, krass. Aber irgendwie ist mir sympathisch. Ich weiß nicht, ich mag die.
Whoa. Alcohol's gone to my head.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm gonna stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Man, I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night. Let's go easy on the drinking, okay? Alcohol won't solve our problems. Ugh, this
second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me, or not? Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Come on, Elizabeth. We have to finish what we started. I feel all dizzy. There must have been a reason. Just tell me. Tell me what my mother treated you for.
She wanted to silence them!
What? What are you talking about? Silence what?
The voices. The voices in my head.
Aha.
They speak to me, Louis. They've always told me what to do. They say nasty things to me.
Elizabeth, do you realize what you're saying?
Of course, Louis. This is what I live every day.
But these spirits, Elizabeth, don't exist. You do realize that. These voices in your head, it's you, in fact. Nobody is speaking to you.
They want me. Want me just for themselves. They talk to me all the time. Yet your mother did everything to make them go away. Ever since I was little. And look at the result!
It's impossible, Mother. You spent your life trying to prove that the supernatural doesn't exist. Why punish this poor girl?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What has she done to you?
Uh-oh, Louis. Are you starting to believe me?
No, but
Too bad it's all been for nothing. They're still there, you know.
What do you mean? They're still talking to you?
All the time. Despite everything Sarah put me through, I still hear them. And here I am on a lost island, knowing that no one knows me. And I find myself here at the exact same time as her. You see? You understand? You sense it too. I'm going to die here.
Das will ich nicht. Auf keinen Fall will ich, dass sie stirbt.
I beg you, tell me you believe me.
I'm here, Elizabeth. I'm right here with you. And I do believe you.
Thank you, Louis. You know, despite what people might think, I'm not crazy.
Jetzt trink mit ihr, komm. Ist scheißegal, Mann. She needs you. Die andere Alte ist
My
nur...
God, Elizabeth, how's this possible?
Welcome to my world, little Louis. Welcome to my life.
Naja, ich weiß nicht. Ich würde...
Elizabeth, the whole story stinks of death. If I were you, I'd have left the moment you heard me speak about my mother. I don't know if she knows you're here, but if I had any doubt, I wouldn't take the risk.
Yeah, you're right. I can't stay here another minute. I need to get the hell out of here. I need to find a boat and get away. I'm not dying here.
Oh, I feel so dizzy.
You like my little concoction, don't you? That's rare.
What?
It no longer has any effect on me, but my guests generally don't appreciate me mixing alcohol with laudanum.
What? You put laudanum in my drink?
In both. Don't worry, my little Louis. We'll sink down to the bottom together.
Oh,
man. I feel like puking. I really feel like shit. I gotta get back.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm here now. I'll take good care of you, and then I'll leave.
Don't touch me! Just leave. If I get up, I'll fall.
Oh, little Louis tired. Leave everything to me.
Aber sie will dich töten. Toll. Ja. Junge, das macht so Spaß. Ich weiß nicht wieso. Vielleicht bin ich jetzt tot und das ist Ende, aber... Okay, krass. Warte. Crazy. Okay, Leute. Ja. Da muss ich jetzt wohl Episode 2 kaufen. Okay, Mann. War auf jeden Fall schön mit euch und bis dann. Ciao.